I had really bad insomnia for a long time, and I knew a lot of people that would freak out and go crazy. I loved it. I loved having insomnia. My life was so good, I didn't want to sleep.
I'm with you, brother.
Forget sleeping, man. Sleeping sucks. I didn't grow up with money. We weren't rich by any means, but I knew I wasn't going to college. I knew that wasn't a reality, and I didn't really want to go to college. One of the things that I was very lucky in my life with is I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I was a bellman in there. I was 19 years old. I made good money. You know, there's some guys that get those jobs, and those are the type of jobs they you know, they're lifers. They want those jobs forever. And it's a good job. It's not a bad job. It just wasn't for me. From the time I was a young age, I knew I wanted to be in the fight business, and people thought I was crazy. Because when you look at at the time when I grew up, I just turned 49 years old. When I was growing up, you had Don King, Bob Arum. These guys were the big promoters in the fight game. I had a lot of ideas, and I believed I could change the business. And I worked in Boston at a place called the Boston Harbor Hotel. And I walked out the front door, and one of my good friends, he's still one of my good friends today, who was the doorman, says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm quitting." And he's like, "What? What are you gonna do?" I said, "I want to be in the fight business." He said, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life." And he's glad I didn't take his advice. I was literally standing in the lobby one day, and I'm like, "What the hell am I doing here? What am I doing here? This isn't me. This isn't what I want." I always knew what I wanted to do, and every day when I woke up, I would work toward that goal. I'll tell you guys a story. I didn't even have a car. I had a mountain bike that I rode everywhere in town with, and I had a Walkman. For those young kids, you don't know what a Walkman is, but I had a Walkman, and I used to listen to Awaken the Giant Within, and I swear to God, and Personal Power. I used to give them away as gifts to people, and everything that was in there is absolutely true, makes sense, and applies to everybody's life. There was a kid in Boston, his name was Peter Welsh, and he's actually like a street fighting and boxing legend in town, and everybody had heard of him. And I literally sought this guy out. I went to him and I said, I know this is crazy, you don't know me, but I want to work with you. You don't have to pay me. I want to learn everything. I did everything from boxing to corner work. I was a referee in fights. I managed guys, everything you could possibly do in the fight business. You know how in martial arts you have a sensei? This guy was my sensei in the fight game. Yeah, and he took me under his wing, and nothing bad with having a guy that works for you that you don't have to pay either. That doesn't suck. So I worked hard for this guy. I learned everything, and then I eventually moved out to Vegas. First of all, when you have a business idea, there's always going to be detractors and people that think it won't work. You're always going to have those people around you and in your life, even when you're successful. Believe me, it gets worse when you're successful. When we got into this business, boxing was starting to decline, and a lot of the big championships and the guys who held titles were in Europe, not in the United States anymore. You have to get to a point where you don't doubt yourself. You're so into this thing, and you know that it's going to work. Timing is everything in life. Timing is everything. Fighting happens everywhere. Fighting works everywhere. I don't care what color you are, what country you come from, or what language you speak. Fighting is in our DNA. We get it and we like it. We're human beings. When you talk about manifesting your own destiny talking about, that is Ronda Rousey. That is Conor McGregor. Yes. That is any of these successful people that you meet, that's who they are, and that's exactly what they do. It's a fact. She sat there and laid out and told me exactly how her career was going to go. Anything you do positive in your life and anything that's huge, it will immediately be surrounded by negativity, right? Immediately. Get ready for it, because no matter how successful you become, one thing never goes away: negativity. Unless you're the sick, twisted type of person like me that likes to let it fuel you. You let it. It's like your fuel, and other than that, it's useless. It means nothing. One of the things that I have learned over my many years of doing this, their opinion doesn't matter. Their opinion means nothing.
Give it up there.
It is literally an opinion. It's negative bullshit, and it means nothing to you. Do your thing. Stay on your course. Stay focused, and keep your eye on the prize, and everything comes together. If you're looking for fuck you money, you're in the wrong place already. You already know you're not in the right place. I can't stand 3-day weekends. I hate 3-day weekends, man. I'm like, man, I want Monday to come again. That's how much I love what I do. That's not your mentality every weekend when you're at home, like you're dreading Monday. Man, stop. Stop and get another job because you're in the wrong place. That's not healthy for you. And at the end of the day, it's really about that you love what you're doing, and it's about the journey, the people you're doing with it, that you're having fun, you're getting up every day, and you're all working toward the same goal, whatever it might be. Once you break out of that and you find what it is you truly love to do, it's really not work. It's actually fun, and you enjoy every day of your life. Every day when you get up, bad shit's coming at you, right? Forget about work, your personal life, everything. Car don't start. To that, life is ready to get you, and you got to get up and you got to fight through that bullshit every day. You have to, you got to fight through all the shit that life throws at you. Then you get to a point where life's throwing a bunch of shit at you. Now work's throwing a bunch of shit at you. Your business that you have to fight for every day, and you have to get up and you have to have that to get up and fight every day, man. When you grow up broke and you make money, you buy the dumbest shit ever, man. You go out and buy all the dumb shit that you ever wanted to buy, and then it just gets boring. You get bored with. I know when you hear somebody say that, you're like, oh, I won't get bored. You'll get bored. You just get bored of buying stuff, and you already have everything. Because I've been where most people have been. I've been in the shitty job that you're just trying to pay your bills and you're trying to make ends meet, and you're miserable. You're doing it because you have to do it, because you have to pay your bills, because you need money. I slept for 2-3 hours a night, and I had a blast. I used to go and I would speak at these things. People would have me speak, and I'd say, who here knows what the UFC is? It was like the cricket. Like 6 people would raise their hand. Like, all righty, I got my work to do here today, you know what I mean? It's like, but now to come into a room like this, and women and men of all ages, and know what the UFC is and understand it. When you become super famous overnight and you acquire millions and millions of dollars, you get a little crazy. It happens. People go a little crazy here and there. It really is. One of the hard parts, and you see it all the time, try to keep the wheels coming off the bus. You get to the point where you're like, And some guys make the big mistake and think that they have more money than they really do. It's great to have a bunch of people in your place working, but you want enthusiastic people that love what they're doing as much as, those are the type of people you want. What it really takes is you have to be a leader. Yeah. You have to be a leader, and you have to get people to believe as you believe and to want the dream as bad as you want the dream. Don't just come up here and tell us a bunch of bullshit, and they have to believe that you truly believe, and that's truly you're as in love and as passionate about what you're talking about. You have to be able to talk to people. You have to be able to motivate people. You have to be able to get people to believe as you believe in what they're doing, to love it as much as you do.